Hello everybody, welcome back to another brand new trip report at Alaska Trip Reports. We are currently arriving in Los Angeles on Alaska's Embraer 175. Later today I'm going to catch my flight back up to Seattle and then to Anchorage. So without further ado, I hope you enjoy this video. I am currently sitting here at the In-N-Out Burger at Sepulveda Boulevard near LAX's runway 24 right, watching this beautiful Eva Air 777-300ER come in from Taipei. I love the amount of views that this restaurant gets, and I'm excited to try the food for the first time too. Here we have a United Airlines Boeing 777-200ER coming in from Honolulu, Hawaii. I flew one in July and it was amazing. Here's a few shots of that Eva Air 777-300ER. And then we also have an Air Premia 787 from Seoul, Korea, and an American Eagle. There's the In-N-Out Burger sign. I was so glad to see that for the first time. I was amazed by In-N-Out's very cheap prices. I was able to get their double and cheese fries and a large drink for like $12, which is way more reasonable than my Alaska McDonald's. My Alaska McDonald's for about the same amount of food would be about $25, $30, so it was really nice to try this for the first time. Here we have United Airlines Boeing 7879 for Hong Kong. And here we have a Frontier Airways Airbus A321 headed to Denver. As we are arriving to the gate, I see my beautiful 737-800 taking me to Seattle. Here we are arriving into the Los Angeles International Airport Terminal for my flight home to Seattle. On Alaska's absolutely gorgeous Disneyland Star Wars Galaxy's Edge 737-800, November 538 Alpha Sierra. She is currently 13 years old. I can't tell you what an absolutely beautiful livery this is. Here's a really nice view of it as we enter the jet bridge for my flight. Greeting us at the boarding door is Star Wars Porg in the window. Hello everybody and welcome on board Alaska's 737-800. There are 12 first class seats in a 2-2 configuration up front, followed by 30 premium class and 117 coach. My seat today is 8A in premium class for the flight up to Seattle, with a lovely view of Porg on the wingtip.
Priority. We appreciate your attention while we share some important safety information. Please review the safety card in front of you, which shows what to do in an emergency. We have 8 emergency exits, 2 doors forward, 4 window exits to lane, and 2 doors aft. The 4 doors are equipped with evacuation signs. All exits are marked with red and white signs, and a dark cabin floor level lighting will lead you to the exits. Take a moment to look around and locate your nearest exit. It may be behind you. In an evacuation, leave everything behind and follow crew member instructions. So fasten your seatbelt, place it flat into the buckle, tighten by pulling on the strap, and unbuckle by lifting on the top. For your safety and the safety of everyone around you, keep your seatbelt fastened low and tight whenever you are seated and remain in your seat when the seatbelt sign is on. If needed, an oxygen mask will drop in the panel above. Stay seated and pull down on the oxygen mask to start the flow of oxygen. There's a life vest under your seat, and spin life vests will be provided if needed. If instructed by a crew member, remove your vest by pulling the red tab and tearing open the bag. Place the vest over your head, bring the waist strap to the front, and buckle. Tighten by pulling on the end. Just as you leave the aircraft, inflate the vest by pulling down sharply on the red tabs. You can also manually inflate the vest by blowing into the tubes. The light will activate in water.
Here's the really cool LA theme building. And here we have the United Airlines beautiful Boeing 787-9 Dreamliner in the Future is SAF Sustainable Aviation Fuel livery, headed to Tokyo. Here we are turning and burning for takeoff. Please enjoy the sights and sounds of our beautiful departure.
next takeoff on the south side.
Here we have a really pretty beach after departure from LAX. I'd really like to check that out the next time I'm there when I have more time. And here we have a Southwest Airlines Boeing 737-700 with split scimitars arriving into LAX from Vegas. Here we can see some of the cars driving on the highway as we are making our way further away from California. At this point during my flight, I got served my pre-ordered fruit and cheese platter, which has really good cheese, grapes, apples, and everything in between. There's what it looks like. And here's the signature fruit and cheese platter. As usual, always the fruit and cheese platters are amazing on Alaska Airlines. Fresh apples, so good. Fresh cheese and grapes. Here we have my favorite cheese, the flagship white cheddar from Beechers. Can't beat that. Next up is the red seedless delicious juicy grapes. Very nice as always. And then they also threw in some green grapes in here, so I'll review those as well. That looks really nice and good. And then up next is the Tillamook sharp cheddar yellow cheese. Tastes good. Here we have some really pretty mountains as we get closer to our descent into the Seattle area. I love mountains with snow. They just are so pretty. Seattle's definitely got a lot of amazing ones, but nowhere near as amazing as home in Alaska. Hello from Alaska's 737-800 bathroom. There is not much room in here at all. There's a working sink with hot and cold water, and a toilet, which I had to end up barfing in because I got food poisoning from a local LA restaurant. So that was unfortunate. And then the flight afterwards was pretty much torture as I was feeling nauseous and everything. I don't think I'll ever eat California and Mexican food again. I guess Alaska Airlines heard me get sick in the bathroom, and it was enough for them to call me and call the ambulance to the Seattle International Airport, which I thought was a bit crazy because that's never happened to me before, and I didn't know why they were making such a big deal out of it. I just threw up once, and first time in my life ever throwing up in an airplane because I don't get motion sickness, but definitely not the best flight that I can remember. To be honest, the only thing that really made it bearable was knowing the fact I was flying on one of the special liveries I'd wanted to be on for a while. Here we are flying over the beautiful, wet, rainy Seattle, Puget Sound area and some of the buildings around the port, getting a nice scenic approach. Here's some cars driving on a giant bridge across to the other area of Seattle. Looks like a very big line. Here I am flying over some baseball or football field. I don't remember which one it was, but it was pretty large. I am very lucky for the very first time I got to fly over Boeing Seattle Field Everett. It was really cool to see some of the Boeing 737 MAX 8s and UPS 747s sitting there. I see some unpainted Alaska Airlines and a couple other Chinese carrier 737 MAX 8s sitting there, waiting for delivery. As we are on final approach, I want to say thank you so much for joining me on this video. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Turn on that bell notification so you never miss an upload. And follow my Instagram, Worldwide Spotting 2.0, for all my latest news, travel updates, and plane spotting photos. Here's our very soft landing on Seattle's 16 left.
Welcome to Seattle. The local time is 6:19. Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the pilot turns off the backup seatbelt.
Here we have a beautiful Starlux Airlines Airbus A350-900 sitting on the tarmac at Seattle, getting ready to be towed over for her flight to Taipei, Taiwan. It's another carrier I'd like to try one day. Here's another special livery I'd like to try one day is the Tiana's Bayou Adventure Alaska 737-800, sitting right next to our gate. Ah, yes, the fire truck. Who's that for? Me. Here's where all hell broke loose. So there was like 20 nice paramedics surrounding me, and I had to be on the gurney to the ambulance. Apparently, Alaska made me get a I am safe to fly letter from the hospital. And just absolutely crazy that I even had to go through this. And I didn't want to stay there. There's my miserable face as I was waiting 6 hours for a hospital room to get inside to lay down, and it was absolutely unacceptable. I definitely don't ever want to come here again, but I'm very grateful to all my friends for checking in on me and everybody else, and Alaska Airlines was nice enough. They put me in a hotel once I finally got there for free and got me on the next flight the next day. It gave me 4 meal vouchers, which was amazing. Got me right back to Anchorage the next day, upgraded me to premium class, and now I'm finally on my way.